I landed on the artist, which we were just talking about. Okay, the well card. XX2, so 22. 22 represents mastery. And that makes sense because the 21st card in the tarot, which is the last card, is 21, right? 21 is also a number of expansion and luck. I always associate it with Jupiter. Anyways, so the well. The astrological correlation, according to this book, is Gaia, is Earth. Now it's interesting. I've noticed Gaia and Ophiuchus coming up, or Ophiuchus, it depends on your pronunciation of it, coming up in the community, the spiritual community, as astrological planets or signs. They say Ophiuchus, or we'll just say Ophiuchus, is the 13th sign of the Zodiac. This is all new stuff. This is not based on any traditional astrology or even Western modern astrology. These are concepts that are coming up in the New Age. You can acknowledge them. This is how we create expansion and growth. Perhaps eventually we will integrate these concepts into our actual astrological language. But as far as I'm concerned, they're new concepts, and that's about all I can say about it. So as far as the validity of them in the system of astrology, in the tool that astrology is, they are not an actual thing, actually. Okay? So whatever you want to put into an energy, go ahead. If you want to imagine a 13th zodiac sign and you want to create a new zodiac structure, go for it. But know that it's not actually traditional astrology. It's not actually based in fact, not yet. And the reason why the Earth isn't typically represented in astrology is because we live on Earth, and all of the astrology is based on the positions of the planets outside of us, because outside of us is affecting us inside as far as being here on planet Earth. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If not, definitely, if you're curious, look into basic astrology to kind of learn more. All right. It's also like other things end up becoming trendy and people create hype and myths that way, right? Like cusp signs, that's a myth. I've talked about that before. Cusp signs don't actually exist. It's actually talking about how two different signs can land in the same house. We have 12 houses in our zodiac. We have 12 signs in our zodiac, and every person has every sign, every position in different places in their chart, which makes every single chart very unique. I felt like that was important. We're talking about creation, we're talking about systems. Earlier we're talking about getting out of a box, expanding your horizons. Spirit's really asking y'all to be open and receptive because you have some kind of information coming in. You have a huge change. You're on a new beginning. You're creating something magnificent. So now that we've covered that little extra information, we're going to look at this book here, right? 22 breaks down to 4, which is stability. The page is page 65, so 6-5 could be a significant number. June 5th could be a significant day. 11 could be significant. Archangel Metatron could be significant. And the number 2, which represents couple, unity, unity with source, unity with self, unity with other. Okay, so take that and apply it how it fits. Those all could be signs and synchronicities. So it says here, the well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. I was just talking about creating your own reality, about change and transformation. Anyways, all things are birthed from the creatrix, whose knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, my blog post last night, I hashtagged creatrix. You might want to check that out. And the date is, what, the 29th of August today? But again, this is a timeless message. I'm just telling you that in case you're catching it around real time and want to know which blog to check out. It's the one from the 28th. We're talking about being in the flow. We were talking about moving with the energy, adapting to change, not being stuck. So we've got a lot of very water energy I'm sensing here. Even though we've got a pretty balanced element here, I'm picking up strong water. Moving like water. Well, the well contains water, right? And the well can also go dry. So it's talking about the fluctuation between the times that you are feeling fulfilled and the times that you are feeling, I'm hearing decompensated. I don't know what that's about. I was going to say depleted, but decompensated came out. That's interesting. That can mean something for somebody. On this new beginning, you have to really think about what you're creating. And when we sit back and we receive, we allow the divine to show us signs, synchronicities, to be able to also accept our blessings. We have to remember that we don't have to keep pounding in the work, unless of course you've literally got a labor-intensive job, then that's different. We're talking about spiritual and life concepts here. Okay, we're not talking about what you do for a living. We're talking about the spiritual work, and this is highly for higher vibrational people. That's not to put anybody down. If you're resonating with this at all, or you're curious, you're on the right path. So don't put yourself down, okay? Like, remember, we're talking about spirits protecting you from this Eight of Swords, this being stuck in a mental prison. You have a way out, and it's through this new beginning. It's through your creation. It's through your ideas, and not looking back on the past. Don't worry about what these lower vibrational energies are doing here, okay? Because you are a manifester. We all are manifestors. We all can shape our reality based on our thoughts. As within, so without. These are basic universal laws. Google them if you want to know more, if you're curious, if that sounds interesting. Some of you are the hermit here. Some of you do have deeper studies that you are learning, or you are going into deep discoveries of the world. You're looking at possibly the matrix, because we do have the devil here and the hermit, which are both earth energies, and we happen to be in Virgo season right now. And again, if I mention astrology, it's because the modern astrology is actually affecting the energy of this reading. So even if you catch this reading later, think about the essence of Virgo season. What does that represent? We're talking about the sun being in Virgo. The sun is what's apparent. It's what's out there. But it's also only there for half of the day, or the day, right? So it's not always illuminated. And then Virgo is going inward. It is the hermit. It is somebody who pays close attention to detail and tends to, you know, live in a temple or a chapel, or keep to themselves, be very private, quiet, grounded, and consistent, right? So we're talking about shining a light on our daily habits, which also Virgo rules. And we're talking about exposing. What are we talking about exposing here, Spirit? Let's pull another card. Oh, hello. Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Well, how to be independent, how to be stable, how to nurture what we have already put effort to. This is another Virgo card. This is also an Earth card. It represents having an abundant life. So really, it's creating daily habits and shining light on things that actually nurture your environment, that you can create with, not focusing on the shadows from the past. And we're talking about I'm feeling strongly for some of you, it's people from your past that are still trying to affect you, but honestly, they're so far in the background. The group here that I seem to be really honed in on, you're really focused on whatever you're creating, and you've got a lot to share. So it's definitely, Spirit's definitely saying focus on nourishing your abundance, feeling more stable and independent, or you've already accomplished this, right? And that's how you're able to have this new beginning. So going forward with this new beginning, you're already in the energy of this independence, of this stability, of this growth. You've got a lot around you to provide a wonderful life for yourself. Is there anything else we can tell this group of the collective about this new beginning? Is there anything we can speak on that will help guide their way in taking their next steps, right? I think that kind of answered how to transmute that energy from devil-like mind or devil-like people, karmic situations, and really continue to focus on nourishing something here, what you're building. And I think we're going to come back to this, night and 2 nights in a little bit here. 2 cards just went flying out and upside down, the 7 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. Okay. You've been very patient, diligently working on something while people have been speaking illy over your name. They have been trying to sabotage you. Some of them are in regret now. And also, Spirit wants you to know that the wait is over. The wait is over. I think you are about to graduate into the 8 of Pentacles, where you can absolutely focus on your work and focus on what you're creating and know that it is actually going to be very successful. So for some of you, you've just started to enter your blooming season. You've just started to really see the fruits of your labor. Well, not quite fruits, okay? We're not in full bloom yet, because we're in between the 7 and the 9 here, because we have the 9. That's what Spirit was saying to work on in order to get to that point, right? To be independent, you got to focus on your daily habits and focus on possibly changing what you focus on, right? So nourish what you want to create, not who's trying to destroy what you're creating, okay? And that could be in any way, in any shape, in any form. 5 of Swords typically represents people who are trying to sabotage you, who are trying to fight with you, or saying terrible things about you, who are trying to create negative change in your environment. It can represent gossip, slander, smear campaigns, malicious gossip, okay? Yeah, over here with the 7 of Cups, I feel like some people have casted illusions over you. However, this is all being exposed and the work is continuing. If you were feeling stuck, you're about to get rolling again. If we pull the Chariot, I'm going to be absolutely giddy. Ooh, no, but we pull the Wheel of Fortune, baby. Oh, I got so many chills right now. Wow. You're at the top of the wheel, and these people can't stop you. Good job. You've obviously worked very hard to be here. You had to overcome a lot, it looks like. You had to be very strong. And fortune is shining upon you. This is a positive change. This is guaranteed success. You are on path. You are on mission, whatever you want to call it. You are in alignment with your destiny here. But you have to remember that we all make choices, and those choices can affect our timelines. Right now, your trajectory is very good. But Spirit's saying, continue to work on redirecting your focus into what you want to nourish, not what is trying to sabotage you. And as long as you are able to work through those energies, get through change, stay flexible, try to not keep yourself in a box. It's good to have intentions, but you have to set them and then forget them. You have to let them go. And that comes back to this receptivity, feminine energy. Again, doesn't matter your gender. It's talking about once you've done the work, can you actually stop and receive? Now, when we ask this question, and I've done all this work, a lot of the things that Spirit is having me guide you through, I've personally been through, which is where part of this knowledge is coming from, is my experience. That's why I'm a guide, right? So I've gone through this journey, and it's difficult. That's how I know you've done such a great job, right? So as long as you continue to nurture instead of feed, does that make sense? You're going to continue on this timeline. But remember, this is a new beginning, and Wheel of Fortune can represent a new cycle, right? So I was talking about 22 being the card after the final Carl? Whoa, that was weird. Maybe somebody's named Carl.